Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be doing Behemoth Part 3 by Eliphas. This is not an April Fool's joke, a belated April Fool's joke. And yes, when I saw that this finally came out, I did check to see if I maybe had missed it for a couple entire month. Yeah, it wasn't, and it's real, and technically I've now found out, it's also completely if the Emperor had text-to-speech compliant, so it is part of that overarching universe of multiple creators doing the same style and cutout and overall narrative that is combined and, sadly, puts out new content more frequently and with the need of less revision than Games Workshop. And I have nowhere near the same amount of rage as I do against certain mirror-related stories. If you know the reference, I apologize for bringing it up again. I know how painful it is, and I am so sorry I did it. For everyone who doesn't, don't look it up. Just don't. It's bad. So yeah, we're just going to jump right in and see where this goes. This is the conclusion of Behemoth, and if I'm right, this is what happens between the Ultramarines and the Tyrannic Wars end, or, well, the first Tyrannic War. There's been a lot of them at this point. A lot of against the Blood Angels, yeah, weird how they're the ones focused on it. Yeah, so we're just going to jump right in, and I'm trying to maintain my levels of geek to a normal level, and by that I mean I'm already past that, and it's me, so hyped up on coffee. Actually, technically at this point it's tea, so hyped up on tea, which now that I think about it, has more caffeine because it's black tea. Oh wow, I'm going to be really hyper by the end of this. If there's a moment where you just see me pop out of the screen and then I cut back, yeah, we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Let's get started. So what world is this? Well, I'm probably going to be dead soon. What if they're going to bring in the same hive mind depiction as Shadows over... I actually forgot the second part of the name. I was going to say Inverness, but that's different. Okay, they kind of are with the actual tendrils. Are those squid No, I think those are octopus tendrils I actually just put in there in the background.
Looks like Mama Hive Mind didn't cherish her last go at her.
Oh yeah, because the previous one, the guy was a gene stealer. They didn't realize gene stealers were part of it. Yeah, this is when they found out.
Lord Kirkman, I have urgent news.
Speak quickly.
Our coverage scans have identified the incoming bioships as part of the massive Tyranid Hive fleet. By our estimates, there's not enough time to mount a
Wait, that's not the hive mind. That's just a single ship.
As much. At this point,
Crap.
my personal diagnosis is that we are all going to suffer an alien Skype performing full-body castrations on our innards.
Oh God!
Unless we have an
Full-body
exterminated
castration?
fleet perform.
That's not right, Crickman, and you know it.
When the Space Marine says you're going too far.
Is too valuable to lose, and billions of lives are at stake.
You go blow it up.
Fight back this infestation. We are Deathwatch, the shield that
Are they gonna all die right now? Because I
We
thought some of them
cannot allow
survived until
ourselves to be
TTS.
so complacent.
Actually,
Did you get your construction call in a cereal box?
I think I recognize everyone but the Rune
Servants of
Priest
the Inquisition kill
from
random mortals on a daily basis
the
for that exact
TTS
reason,
episodes.
Rune
24?
Priest.
25? I forgot which
This
one it
isn't
was.
some gaggle of orcs or a Yumgal fellatio fraternity.
What?
This is an Emperor-damned Hive fleet.
I don't get that reference.
They
Not the orc
have
thing, but what?
billions of warriors. We're not
And
going to
they make more
push
by
back
eating you.
the Tyranid fleet just by believing in ourselves or the power of friendship.
Be fair,
Shit.
magic is a
Don't
thing
necessarily
that actually
disagree
might
with
work.
me, Collateral
I mean, it works for the
Boy.
Sisters of
Did
Battle.
you just call our chapter a bunch of furry fucks, you greenleaf fly?
Ah!
What? You don't like the sound of it, you savage?
They
Why
are a
don't
bunch
you
of
go
furry
howl
fu- was
about
he?
it in your shit-filled
I thought he was a
private
Dark
quarters?
Angel, but is he
That's for
secretly
you,
a
soggy space
masquerading
druid.
loyalist
You act
Thousand
all
Sun?
wise and knowing,
Sorry,
but
I
you
mean,
wouldn't know a Tyranid from an elk's hairy ass.
Bloody
Deathwatch,
Magpie? I mean, what? Sorry.
Compose yourselves right now.
That
I love
was
how he's
just
leaving
a
it, just
cold
losing
war,
it.
Calato. You better take that back and apologize.
Oh, weep, mead, wine the wolf.
Why don't you go fuck a gyrate? Deathwatch! Compose yourself this instant, or I will
When
declare
Krypton becomes the voice of reason.
on this very fucking ship.
You think you scared me, you can't.
Oh God. Yeah. Hey, look, bloody magpies. I mean, what?
We, return to our fleet and battle the aliens our way, I guess.
Roger, Roger.
Did you say Roger, Roger?
Want to do it, or shall I?
Go ahead.
Why is Batman there?
back!
No! Where are they? I just cleansed my mind of those filthy, homunculus fucking abominations!
Poop golems.
Just a prank, idiot.
There's lines you don't cross. That is one.
Well, now that I have your
Also, I like how they're doing the
Can we
early
decide
season
upon what
style
to do with the Hive
animations
Fleet, please?
instead of the more
The Blood
intricate ones from
Ravens have already
TTS.
gone to battle it.
It's more reminiscent.
only
Just
option will
I
be
enjoy
to
it.
wipe out
I
the
like the new
fly.
ones too, but
My lord,
This is the point of
I guess this
no
makes it
return,
simpler. I don't care
and
because
you know
it's
it.
just more.
Besides, this is my decision.
the problem may be in closer proximity than your specs has told us.
But
I am only here to give my advice, Lord Cryptman.
yeah, your
And
advice is
you
gonna be
know
ignored
it.
unless it's murder
But
everything.
if there is no other choice,
Inquisitor, Deathwatch, I really
Is that a
think you
technical?
should...
Oh,
We are talking, and you are not allowed in his quarter, acolyte.
why was he in there?
So as I intended on.
And that's what you get for not listening to the acolyte. That was supposed to be a near sign and the ship says things and what do they think? Anyone thinks. Yeah. Technically, how did they get out of this? Oh, wow. Is this a unique hellscape they put in? I recognize some of the art. But...
From my experience in the Adeptus Arbites, I can tell you that
think I can understand it, but the overtone is a little difficult. Thank God for the little subtitles.
No, but upon their arrival, the Ordo-Xeno warned us of an invasion by a Xeno species called Titrenids, or something along those lines.
I'm
They
glad
are
they didn't actually
supposedly
go with that as the
deploying an entire
pronunciation.
fleet's worth on the planet,
There's so
which
many
is to say a few
anal
billion
jokes with that.
creatures.
How are we supposed to judge, jury, and execute our billion enemies? The
With extreme
Freemen are
prejudice?
enough to kill
Fire?
us all.
Big fire?
I suppose us battle
Faith in the
sisters
Emperor?
will first die horribly in order to protect you all.
To
Then
be
we will
fair, I think
desperately
scouts
hold
usually do that
lines
first.
until the arrival of the
Let's go with
Adeptus
that, sure.
Astartes.
Do not fear, noble sororitas. We are here, and we shall assist
How did he
you
do that?
into the Compose yourself, Trigger Witch. Why would
Ooh,
you
I'm...
do that?
Slaughter mode activates!
Okay, first off, I've never heard anyone call them trigger witches before, but I am going to completely steal that. I don't know why that's what got me. I like all the things, just calling him a
Soon
trigger
as
witch.
mutants are located.
I love the
what
Adeptus
were you
Arbites.
expecting?
But I'm a Space Marine. Look at my armor.
Space Marines are technically mutants, damn it!
I mean, she's
need
not
time
wrong.
to process the fact that I'm not supposed to murder you. You arrived so suddenly, so I couldn't.
I'll accept that excuse for now.
I kind of want a head like
For
that on
we
my
have a
Mars.
plan to defend.
Men and women of the cause.
Technically, every psyker
The
will be
Emperor's chosen
a
jury.
mutant.
Prepare our
Also, if you
banners.
listen to some of the things I say
You
about
are
war,
the
where just think I
table.
had to repair the
You
human being,
are the
technically
center.
everyone
And
is.
I am the law.
Really? They actually went full on the law?
Sure, whatever.
And they're just ignoring him. It's like they had a lot of things in common with Judge Dredd, and they really copied the art style. And they never used Arbites much.
What are those disgusting noises?
Poop golem.
Auspex scans report that we're being consumed by a
Oh,
hive
it literally
ship
might be a
about
good poop
10 times
golem then,
bigger
because
than
they're being
our own
consumed.
vessel. If you look outside the hublot, you can see the ship being passionately
Okay, I'm
in an alien
kind of disturbed that they used actual real-life images for that.
Hell of a fellatio. I'm actually impressed.
Because it's swallowing them whole.
my mind is gravely assaulted by visions of tentacular horrors.
No, that's just your
Shadow
eyes,
of the
and it's
Wolf
actually real.
reigns supreme here. I cannot focus.
Or,
Well,
yeah.
shit, we'll have to rely on logic then. Hasn't been our strong suit thus far, though.
Who has logic?
My crew are dead men walking. And
Yeah, they're
from
yours,
the
of course they are.
outside is out of the question.
Kinda just assumed you're gonna kill
What
them all.
we must do is clear as Amasek.
What?
Is Amasek
Perform
clear?
collective suicide.
We must perform a bordering action onto this hive ship
Huh?
and slay its Norn Queen.
Huh?
Norn Queen? You mean Mama Hive Mind herself?
Yeah, let's go call him Mama Hive Mind. I actually kind of like that.
Hive fleet.
Now, here's the question. Did they go serious, or one of the ungodly spawns of fan art of the Hive Queen?
That's
I
nonsense.
wouldn't normally think that, but...
How do we even know the Queen is on this ship?
Besides our scan reports, you can always consider that it was capable of swallowing an entire Mars-class battle cruiser. A fair assumption
I'm not even
would
going
be
to touch
that
the.
this is the biggest hive ship
Yeah,
in
I'm just not touching that one.
Bringing the Norn Queen down will sever the
What does it
synaptic
look like,
connection with
anyways?
the hive mind, and
I don't actually know.
disorient the remainder of the fleet.
Oh yeah,
This
because
is
in
no
previous
bad
editions,
plan
if you
on
kill the
our
leader,
part, but
the
thought
Tyranids actually
of
turned on each
infiltrating
other.
a fully functioning
Very annoying
hive
again.
ship to kill its queen is. How do I put this?
Long shot.
You might as well hop into the Eye of Terror to kidnap a demon Primarch.
Do not forget who.
I mean,
carries authority.
it's not like they did that to Magus or
Already
anything.
calculated
But I don't see
100
any
potential plots for
random
our
blueberries
voting
around.
auction, and I have
Unless one of them is a
narrowed it down to
blueberry?
one that is
I think
less
it's a Dark Angel.
suicidal than
The rest are
others.
wolves for sure.
Dolan, we'll need you.
Let me guess. I must conjure a gate of infinity to blindly try and break into the Tyranid
He can do a Gate of Infinity?
without any idea as to where this will get us.
Not blindly. You shall attempt to find the psychic secret.
Wait, seriously, he has access to Gate of Infinity? I thought that was a Grey Knight
and
thing.
lead us to its lair.
You
I
think
guess
we'd
maybe I'm
be
just
able to
lacking.
do
I mean,
that?
I don't play
The shadow of the
wolves
wolves
much, so.
viciously scratching
Sorry,
at the
I'm
beats of
my mistake.
mind.
Space Corgis, I know I made the mistake.
Would be suicide.
The
Are
Emperor
you a
pronounced in the
chosen
TTS universe, I should
priest
go
of
with
the
it.
Death Watch, or are you a fucking pussy lord?
No, Space Corgi, get it right.
Very well.
Calling the dog a cat.
I shall
Funny.
do my best.
Ooh, space. So did it work? And we're just jumping to someone else. Okay, one other thing I like. The scene building that Eliphas is doing, just pulling in these
Good
vistas.
people of Victoria
Oh,
Primus.
that's different.
You have proven yourselves willing to defend your home.
Willing or not given
You
the
have
choice?
Put aside your differences for the
Oh
sake
god,
of
they
this
brought in the
world's
Necromundic
safety.
gangsters.
Creep. A nice and wholesome act.
Why is he
Much
trying to
like
be
our
so
marshal
kind
here
and
would have said.
nice? This is the
Today,
wrong world for that.
you are all
By world, I mean
brother.
galaxy universe thing.
Impersonating an officer is highly illegal.
Right. And much like the fearsome Sisters of Battle, you are all the fires
is that
shall burn away.
Helmet. Okay.
Yikes. We shall show these.
What the hell? Oh god, she celebrate. And I'm going with Canada's. Hit her.
Tyranids or Tyranids? That is a very.
See, I've actually pronounced it both ways. I don't know which way it is actually.
Right.
Tyranids or
We
Tyranids?
shall show these aliens
Crap.
that the Imperium of Man is united.
When the joke is
in a
actually more
singular
accurate than it's
cause,
intended to be.
bringing death to our enemies.
They got Mars Walkers?
And if we die
I thought that was a
this
completely different
day,
franchise.
We die in glory.
They had
Die
to have a
heroes'
script for that.
deaths, but we shall not die. No, it is the enemy who will taste death and defeat.
They defeat?
Defeat. I said defeat, please.
Well, technically, yes, they also eat feet. And the rest, but maybe they start feet first. I'm not going to judge them on that. I'll judge them on the eating
I
part.
think I nailed it.
Splendid! Beautiful!
I mean, to be fair, there have been worse. Secondhand embarrassment. I think the Soritas is already one of the best characters in the show.
Oh,
Just for that joke. They actually put the froth in the mouth.
all right. Steady. Steady.
Fire.
Destroy them! Oh,
Boom. Never fought gargoyles before. Okay, not gonna lie. That actually looks cool. I wonder what the Necromundic guys are from. And they're already dead. I mean, yeah. But... yeah. Acid would do that. Oh, they even brought in the Titan. Or Bio Titan.
Sisters?
Yay, flamers! Not so much Bio Flamer. Finally feels valid. It even had a cutesy scream.
You have the right to
He's not
remain
dead?
silent, coward.
we are dying en masse. Retreat!
Save the biomass, destroy the planet. It's sadly the best way. You hate it when Cryptman's right. Granted, I would have evacuated more things. Like, a lot more. But that's just me. Huh. They didn't all die. Seriously, where are they getting these more real scenes from? This is kind of freaking me out a bit. Oh, guys, this...
It actually worked.
Oh, God, it looks like something from the SCP Foundation for a second. It's going full flesh that hates on that. Don't look it up. Just don't. It's fucking terrible. Eldritch Babel?
Do not worry. Just some psychic backlash. He will get back to us in short time.
Or you'll have to kill him. It goes either way with the warp.
This hive ship is huge, though.
Bigger than the ship you were in.
Quite the hassle. Found it.
Is that actually what they look like? That is kind of terrifying.
Sushi with a dick.
You just insulted their mother, you monster.
Oh, is that right?
Done.
What?
He just...
I'm the best there is at what I do.
And
Oh
all
my
you
God.
do is be a AAA+ dickhead. Do you know how rare these occasions to kick ass are?
The fuck are you waiting for?
Destroy the rest!
Queen while it's not guarded.
Done. What? Seriously, I don't actually know what a Northman looks like. I don't even know if they've been shown. He's babbling louder. Can't.
Psychic assault. We must overcome to
Can they?
attack. Feels like brain destroying.
So no difference there, huh?
Probably actually is.
With lightning, yeah, it actually is. What? Oh, they're just cutting scenes. And again, what the hell is on her head?
Still with us. Purge the unclean. Burn the... What are you doing?
Excuse me, miss.
Is he reading the book?
Contemplating your taste in prayer.
Don't you have a freaking gun to fire? Orders to give?
But knowledge is power.
Look, we're a bit in the middle of a last stand right now.
Oh, looks like she fell. Are you okay, sister?
Oh, it's a Mistress of Repentance. I recognize that whip.
No, I fell on the ground, idiot.
What?
What?
No.
No, no, no. Hold the lines! Don't
Yeah,
mindlessly
this...
charge into the ocean of murder blades down there, you...
I hate to say it, but this is what I do when I play them. And it goes about as well as you're probably expecting.
Wow, that's brave.
I am as religious as any ecclesia. But what's with your troops having a martyr complex?
Literally a
I wish
thing.
I
It's
was
even an ability.
actually dead.
Really powerful one, actually.
Enough of this.
Also, yeah,
Pushing
that's the
them
martyr
back at
complex.
this
It's
stage
less
is
about
a
being a martyr and more about
fool's
escaping
errand.
the rest.
They must have a weakness. An Achilles
Killing them harder.
heel.
Have you tried contacting the Inquisitor about it?
This not a bad idea.
You're welcome.
Well, considering how he solves it, that's debatable. The tease of suffering. Does anyone know he's actually... Oh, interesting edit there.
Shoot it!
Can't move. All pain nerves at maximum capacity.
Theoretically, if it sticks like that long enough, wouldn't it make it feel nothing?
This is Godfrey of the Blood Ravens.
Nope, it just got worse.
I'm busy.
Does that mean
dying
bloody
right
magpies
now.
though? Sorry.
Fuck
yeah,
off.
magpies.
I'm sure. However, I would like some advice on how to fight these aliens.
Murder them.
You know, these titranids.
Fuck's sake! Just target the big brain ones. Preferably the big banana horned beast.
Banana horned?
Banana, you say?
There's custodies here? I don't see it. Is that supposed to be it? I mean, what kind of bananas are you eating, dude? I really made it a lot to think. I like the little that caption at the bottom.
Because we are very close to passing.
Is he passing out, passing on, or passing something else?
No, that seems really derivative.
Do it anyways.
Maybe we can order our ship to shoot or something.
Can they?
Yeah, well, that's not happening because our ship and everything in it is gone.
Inside.
Gone. Gone.
What?
My ship is gone.
Well, technically it's not gone yet, it's being digested.
Contained. The research is my last pair of glasses.
How many pairs do you
My
have?
single data collection.
Oh.
Especially my Xeno data collection.
Yes, research purposes. His lack of data material is actually forcing him to stand through psychic pain. Are you serious? He's going Super Inquisitor?
However godly you may believe yourself, you
Oh my God!
Space Blade. You have
I don't know where the
done
music is
fucked
from.
up because you
What a
just
strange
made
story.
it
It is awesome.
personal.
You got rid of his research material. That is personal. I want to get the soundtrack
I'll
though.
kill you to death. You
God,
little
so many good
boy.
lines like that. And he's over.
His willpower actually nullified the Queen's powers. That's hilarious! Stop babbling!
Also, yours wasn't.
How dare you, motherfucker!
Wait,
Is it already dead?
Hold on. Wouldn't it be fucker mother?
Headshot. You stopped, you waited, you lost it. It's not even his fault this time.
Fuck this. Why did we let him into the kill team?
Because
he
he's
keeps
good.
stealing kills. It's a kill
Hey, you stopped.
team.
You literally stopped there. He got that one fair and square.
Deal with it, bub.
I love how they're going full on Wolverine with his voice. Or Batman. That's supposed to be Wolverine, but the voice sounds like Batman. Specifically the joke one.
Don't talk now, Inquisitor. You're only accelerating the oozification of your remaining brain matter. The Norn Queen is already dead, thanks to your potassium intake.
Potassium intake?
Boy.
What?
Wait, something's not right.
Cut it up higher. What? Does it heal?
What in the Emperor's name was that?
Huh?
It made my batches gland tickle.
What?
I would bet on a psychic phenomenon caused by this creature's death.
Oh man, you're back.
Indeed.
And
I
he's
suppose we got the desired
not
result
screwed up or dead. I
after
was
all.
kind of surprised about
Yep.
that.
Your return to reason proves that the Shadow of the Warp has lost its
Okay, one,
potency,
return to reason's a bit
thanks
stretching
to
it
the
there.
Queen's death.
You are Death Watch. That,
This might
Death Watch
be
serving Cryptmen.
a terrible blow to the High Fleet.
Is it?
But the battle
really?
on the planet's surface is still a problem.
Oh yeah, about that.
What?
I wonder what Captain Weirdfree is up to right now.
Please say he just completely... Oh, wow! Was not expecting that. What the hell did he...
Knowledge is power, vermin.
What the hell?
We're going to talk about the sacrifice of an entire third of the company to make us able to approach this beast.
I mean, by Space Marine numbers, that's bad, but not actually the worst against Tyranids.
Pathetic.
Yeah. Also, knowledge is a bunch of las cannons.
Good news.
Captain Godfrey, what's the situation?
Interesting, they use the tissue to show the change in the image. Cool.
The malefic banana beast has been defeated.
Next time I fight
And it
Tyranids,
was
I'm calling them
indeed
banana
effective.
beasts.
It
My opponent will
seems the
hate it,
sentience
but
of these
I'll do it.
beasts has been upset. Absolutely no coordination.
So they play like I do. Or no, they're actually attacking each other and even showing it. And they're... Wow. Is he trying to attack a rock? When the gangers... Oh, God. No. No, I hate these venom tropes.
We are finally starting to hold our ground firmly.
Why is it going to change that you said that? Was
So the
that
High Fleet has turned into a swarm of decapitated chickens running in circles. Nice.
I mean, technically, yeah, they kind of look like dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Why is he
exactly
back?
like I said.
Oh, crap.
Wait.
Someone play this backwards because I don't know what he's saying. I'm pretty sure it's just backwards.
Chanting is not necessary.
If he's like that...
Yeah, you're in trouble. You might actually get a fight for once.
Yes.
And not poop golems.
This is not over.
Just goes cut off the head of the Norn Queen for good measure.
Conduits of the High Fleet are already dead. See, the Queen remains a bloodied corpse.
It's not dismembered.
Perhaps it gave birth to something in its dying breath. In an incubation chamber far away from here.
Huh?
Is
he gonna pop? What? What the hell? Okay, I actually don't know how to play it backwards to find out. But
whatever's happening, 1 out of 1 apothecaries recommend you get out of here now.
I think you listen to Apothecary.
It's actually easy to forget that we're essentially in the belly of a giant beast right now.
Yeah, and you just kill the
Ready
thing
your
keeping it
teleport
from
devices.
eating you because it's
Guided
costly.
vectoring shall lead us to the locator beacon upon Victoria Primus.
Okay.
How does he know about that?
We use this to get on Victoria Primus first, instead of risking our lives here?
It looked more fun.
Arriving here to kill the Nord Queen was just as damning as taking part in the battle. Holy shit! Just use the fucking teleport homer, you
Yeah.
It's just as damning either way. No, you wanted to kill Steel. You thought you had a better chance to survive. And by better, I mean still practically none.
A new problem seems to have arisen. Have you seen anything unexpected on your part?
Oh no.
Captain Godfrey, do you copy?
I hear you, Inquisitor.
What happened?
Excuse the delay.
Oh, there's no
We
leg.
have not received intel about a second banana beast. It arrived from the skies just moments ago.
And overran them.
Another, but how did it look like?
A banana.
How did it look like?
Same, but
Bigger.
meaner.
With 4 really nasty swords.
Swarm Lord. I'm not much for pyramids. Wow, I guess. Is that the same one as from earlier when they did Ultramarines? I think it might be. You have a Biotitan running. Oh god. Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
All remaining big dick monsters have gathered for a coordinated assault.
Oh god, really?
And they're coming right this way.
Why is the random scout
Captain,
have those details?
listen to me. That thing is the Swarm Lord, the same legendary atrocity that bested Manius.
Oh, it literally is him too,
combat, nearly slaying the entirety of the Ultramarines 100 years ago.
Oh, that was 100 years
You
prior.
and your troops will never be able to withstand this final assault if you act too defensively. Our only hope is to strike the beast hard
He's
enough
also
to
missing an arm,
annihilate
isn't he?
it.
No
Or a hand.
sacrifice will be too great. Do you hear me?
Did they think about the sacrifice?
Oh, my spine. Everyone, kill the new banana monster at all costs.
Well, my apologies. My troops are too busy.
She's still
being
fine?
Now, where is the Marshal? He should be leading his Arbites into.
Are you expecting them to be alive? He's still alive? I mean, yeah, he's dead now, but
This is an
really?
alert.
He's actually trying to... Really?
Dead or alive, you coming with me?
Oh, they really want to keep this joke there, doesn't he?
His name shall be remembered in
You
the
ever have an-
halls of glory, I suppose.
For 5
You
seconds?
don't happen to have a plan of action, do you, Canoness?
Die horribly?
Hoping the heroic sacrifice of my sisterhood and that Arbitus will inspire the rest of your troops, I guess.
Does he have any
Other
troops
than
left?
that, the Emperor's light has left this world.
Okay, that's actually kind of scary. What? What? Was his pun so bad it actually stopped the alien murder beast scream?
Hey, it's the Death Watch.
We are ready to challenge the Swarm Lord and rid this world of its abominable presence.
Is the sniper gonna kill it quickly?
Bodies if necessary.
Yes.
About damn time we got some more action.
Oh, I'm better now.
Pretty sure we have an 80% chance of dying.
Only 80?
Incredible power!
I mean, we just did this. Yeah. Is Crypt gonna just freak out again? No, he's not. They don't already do
It's time to do your utterly broken bullshit sniping thing.
Losing strength.
Don't you lose strike me, you useless
Isn't there Cyrus? I
magpie!
can't remember that.
Bolan, use your
Dumb
dumb
wolf magic. And he's back to Babel.
Oh, not again!
I mean, we know they survived. What? Really? Thunderhawks, I want those.
Emperor's Chief is the Ultramarines?
They answered our distress call.
They sent out a
Seems
distress
my
call?
brothers did their job.
Are they supposed to do that? I don't mean send out the stress call, but actually do their job. And they've already killed more just by falling.
Son of a dog! He makes a glorious female hound, vermin!
Boom! I love that Titan on Titan action.
I have returned to lay waste to our enemies.
Dude! And they have achieved full Mary Sue status. I'm an Ultramarines player. It is true, but I love it. Here's the thing. I know Calgar lives, but I don't actually know how this fight ends. The tongue freaks me out a bit.
Round 2.
Fight! I love how they actually put him the finger, just pointing. Ooh.
We are the Ultramarines! Proud sons of Gulliver!
Dude. I'm going to get the song. Next time I just bring out a bunch of Ultramarines, I'm going to play it. I'm by surprise, I'm being annoying me. Oh, this is payback, isn't it?
Whilst you exist, your pain will know no end.
Yeah, they're going full Hulk on there for a second. Payback, 'tis a bitch.
And once mankind's resist, we raise
I love how they
our
actually showed
fist,
ripping them off
and
because it did it to kill
we
them last time.
will fuck you!
Oh god, this is actually exciting. Best battle cry ever. We will fuck you up. I love it. Oh god. You got already got stuck in a Beyblade and then it blew up. Oh god.
If
I
you
love
wanna
this.
make it a best out of 3, come attack Ultramar again. I fucking dare you!
Why would you say that?
Oh, alright. Who the fuck called us?
Don't they attack again?
That would be us, on behest of Inquisitor Cryptman of the Ordo Xenos.
Yeah.
Seriously? We received about 500,000 fucking spam mails in our Vox box.
And it worked?
Our communication services were all in seizures. Next
have a
time,
to have seizures?
try to kill these insects yourself for once.
Well, to be fair, there's only like 5 of them.
They've arrived. Oh. What do you think we are? Space exterminators?
Yes.
Well, since you're veterans of all the tyrannic wars thus far,
And you probably wanted a rematch, right?
actually a pretty apt description.
He threw the
Calm
freaking...
down, Lord of Ultimar. There's no need to get violent.
Secure your
Just-
face.
just
you
randomly
shit
there.
fucking original character. You don't even canon.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Damn it.
Again, because Calgar is actually aware of the meta
This is
universe.
getting too meta again. Stop it, Scato Sicarius has taken dire advantage of my absence.
He's even doing it.
You might want to check your throne once you're back at McCrag. Also,
Are they gonna cut to the throne just to show it?
it is an
Fuck to shut up, you fucking quitter! You stay in your fancy death.
Oh, because he was an
for the
Ultramarine.
longest
Yeah,
thing
he is the
possible.
patch. How did I miss that?
definitely will, my lord.
Sergeant Wilhelmus, initiate protocol. Fuck off. We are finished here.
They just teleported out? Why does that
Well,
surprise
it's
me?
been fun, despite the fact that I'm the lone survivor of my entire
Without any
force
damage or
and
blood on you,
lingering
yeah.
urge to lay
And they've
down
edited
and
blood on
die.
other people.
Why though? Mercy kill.
Why?
Ask for the Emperor's peace and it shall be delivered.
God.
Also, damn, I need a bigger kill count.
He just wanted the kill count. And he failed!
Shut up!
So, it seems victory.
I think she got the last laugh on that
Primus
one.
has been secured. What happens now?
We celebrate at last.
And you
The
get another
aliens
hand?
have been vanquished, and
Maybe arm and a
Victoria
leg even.
Primus has been kept from their nefarious claws.
Are you truly convinced of that, Captain?
Gene Stealers. To be fair, it's sadly better than most Imperial worlds.
I'm
Like
sure
Hive
it
Cities.
is intact on the other side of the planet.
And thus, everyone eventually got their shit together.
Really?
The Blood Ravens bid everyone farewell. And not
took half their stuff?
doing their usual fucking thing, of course. Then, once
What did
Krypton
they
got a new
steal?
advisory ship, 2 members of the Death Watch kill team were summoned to report to their watch fortress.
What? Whoa.
So let me get this straight.
Original
During
character.
your ungodly prolonged service to Inquisitor Fidus Kryptman, a Tyranid High Fleet attacked your lone ship, only to withdraw almost instantly.
Yeah.
Then you got lost in space.
It does sound a little
laying
crazy when you
shadow
say it
in the
that way.
warp for disrupting your sensors, even though it is a psychic phenomenon that affects living beings like psychers, not
To be fair,
sensors and arrays and star maps. Then you stumble upon a
the
hide
warp
world that you
shenanigans,
deem to be,
shenanigans might actually
and I
affect
quote,
technology as much as
a perfect
biologics.
target for a Tyranid
But yeah.
fleet. Only for you to randomly meet an entire company of blood.
He's not going to believe a word they're saying.
On a whim.
Oh God.
I told you that they were, and again, I quote, free of any duties and would like to join you in whatever you are doing. And then you tell me that this Draken character, the researcher working for Inquisitor Kryptman, was allied to the Tyranids.
I mean, that part actually is
because
accurate.
Apparently, he had something in common with these mindless aliens and wished to join them.
You know, when you say it like that, it is kind of stupid.
Finally,
I mean,
you were
it's actually
fortunate
accurate, but
enough to have the Ultramarines themselves come to your rescue without any form of prior notice.
Yeah.
Oh, and shortly after your victory, the Blood Ravens, in all of their misappropriating
they misappropriate
glory,
the person?
proceeded to come onto your ship, and out of all the things you possessed, once more, I quote, stole Cyrus.
They stole Cyrus. No, I know exactly what happened there. They didn't steal him. Someone made sure they took him instead.
It might sound
extremely dumb.
Yes.
Are you certain you weren't just stuck in the warp since last century? Because that would explain a lot.
Probably
Pretty
safer.
certain we were not. Or were we?
What are we to do regarding Cyrus's
With how the warp
absence,
works, you could have been stuck in there for 100 years in a second.
You know
So
what?
technically, yes.
The Blood Ravens can have it their way. I have little to no interest in their schemes.
I'm sure that'll never backfire.
On the contrary, if this helps keep them away from my watch fortress,
On the other hand, they
I
now have
certainly
Cyrus.
have no objection.
What about Krypton?
What about Krypton?
Yeah.
No. He had that Draken fellow in his crew. Turned out to be a Xenohorrificus. Krypton knew about it and just kept him for his knowledge and effectiveness at work. He was very adamant about not letting this information leak anywhere.
Killed a
Is
lot of his
your
own guys
word
about that, too.
concerning This? Should it be tolerated?
Not the worst thing the
Death
Death Watch
Watch.
has done.
Can you identify this?
It's a sword?
Good. Continue to waste my time, delaying my war councils.
Oh,
with
because,
its
yeah,
orders
the
needed.
Death Watch does
Probably
use Xeno
only
stuff.
Doomed 2 planets so far. Why not extend the number?
What?
Oh, it's a nightlight.
That's 3 planets.
Ah, a Xenophase blade.
Where is it from?
I am not at liberty to say.
Exactly. See that Draken fellow with the same eyes? All know its origins, clearly excepting you, Linnaeus. But all are forbidden to speak of it, for it is, of course, very embarrassing. So
I like how
pursuing
embarrassment
your
is actually the
Inquisitor
reason
for
he
this
states.
One radical decision would be hilariously hypocritical.
And they're
Isn't
actually
the
worried about
entire
hypocrisy.
Imperium built on hypocrisy?
Quiet!
And he says the accurate.
No one
Him?
cares.
Really?
So, will we be returning to
I
our
was
kill
expecting
team now?
No.
anyone
You
else,
two
but
are
oh.
out. Go back to your chapter.
Beg your pardon?
Considering both that story of yours and your personal files, you two are unfit to be part of the Death Watch after
They're
all.
too honest.
Roland, you're too nice and optimistic, and you, Linnaeus, you're too brash, and your toilet humor is horrid. I
So
hate
this
it.
is why we don't see them in the later episodes.
I have already
They actually
sent forth
survived.
replacements to make up for your
Huh.
absence.
What?
Dismissed.
Oh god, do we get to see the replacements? We might actually?
Forgive me, brother. I have failed you.
What?
I must atone for my sins.
For fuck's sake, Black Shield, all you did was step on my foot on the
What?
Are you Captain Eliphas of the Fifth Symphony?
No!
So we meet again.
What?
So, what's the final verdict on the Victoria Primus conflict? Did we make any sort of advancement?
Who's he talking
besides
to?
the safeguarding of Imperial assets, this all seems
Also, I'm hoping
relatively
Linus and Volan come around in a different episode.
We can now conclusively say that
Oh,
Ultramarine
do it
will
for her.
forever,
Oh, God.
and Tyranids are bad.
Oh, God, the old meme.
Always bad?
It was from Simpsons.
No, only mildly awful. They now reached the level 5 menace bad.
Out of how many?
But what is left of these insectoid dinosaurs now is just a shadow of their former self.
Yeah. Oh, they don't know yet. Technically, most people don't, but that's just the shadow itself. Tendrils. They're literally just testing you.
This Tyranid menace is indeed history. High Fleet
That one.
Behemoth, that is. We might have not needed to make use of the Exterminatis this time around, but...
Doesn't he eventually get started to do that to 40,000
aboard
worlds?
The Hive ship, after the Norn Queen was vanquished, it leaked
Pretty sure someone said it was actually around
phenomenal psychic
40,000. He
message
did.
that my mind accidentally intercepted.
What?
I received visions of something that might surpass all our worst expectations. I believe I was given the sickened privilege of looking at the very face of
Ooh,
our
do we actually get to see what they're depicting it as?
And what I can
Oh,
say
God, it was
is
too fast. I
that
can't see it.
it is
They
not
are.
the
They're doing the
face
same
of
image as Shadows of
rather
Innsmouth. Or, well, yeah. Not Innsmouth, but they did a Cthulhu-esque variant. Just never remember the name. But that's the art they used, but it was just flashing on the screen.
But I'll be better after a good recap.
Sounds about right.
With a lot of milk for my skull bone, it needs to be fortified.
Really? Oh, because he's being reduced to a coffee boy again. And that was Behemoth Part 3. And I like how they did clarify at the end. It's not a rumor. Yes, this is in compliance with the entire If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech series. So, yeah, not only is it thought to be the same, it officially is. So, okay, first off, right off the bat, I like what that implies. That not just is TTS spreading, but that there's multiple offshoot series that are completely in compliance with the overall TTS universe. And I can say universe now. Seriously, this is one of the things where I just kind of want GW to say, hey, by the way, we're just going to quickly just say, you're a good alternate universe take. We're actually accepting you in this separate universe, not the main one, but we're going to make it like Star Wars Legends. We're not going to acknowledge it, but it's there and it's awesome. We're still going to sell that shit. Are they going to do that? No, because copyright issues. Would it be awesome? Hell yeah. I like what they're doing here. I like that they're showing the battles. Eliphas, even though he didn't go into as much detail on individual character motions, like just having them bounce around as much, and it wasn't nearly as joke heavy, there was actually quite a bit of humor in this, they showed a lot more fighting, a lot more actual engagement. There was, okay, actually a lot of humor now I think about it. There was a joke almost every scene, and good ones too, yeah. He has a good sense of humor. Every single bit of this was fun. I liked all the shout-outs. I liked how Cyrus was stealing every kill. The watch captain could not... Was he the watch? Oh, God, I don't even remember his name. I need to go rewatch the previous two. It's been so long, I actually forgot bits of it. I want to go fix that. I liked how he just couldn't get a kill. Granted, that second time, Cyrus is in the right. I know. Cyrus is a kill stealer. And then he got stolen, so that's just a bit of irony right there. But the captain stopped. He stopped, he thought about it, and was like, oh, well, if you're not going to take it, Cyrus took it. Oh, God, why didn't they just, get a bunch of clones of Cyrus, one shot, a dozen kills, and they just, win? Would that happen? Well, it's the Blood Ravens, so probably not. Unless they have some kind of thing they've stolen from the warp that does instantly clone people. I was going to make a joke about that, but warp, so I can't say it's not a thing. Which, in its own right, is weird that is a thing. Yeah. I like this. I'm sure no one got that. I'm very much geeking out over this. But what's really interesting here is, well, besides the fact that Volundus and Linus survived, this is also the most representation of the Space Wolves we've really kind of had, short of Lehman. We've seen him, because he's Lehman Russ and he's awesome, and he's with some of the Death Watch now. I'm actually a little surprised that the Death Watch members who are with them and with Lehman haven't made a reference to, hey, we used to work with some of your brothers. They were dicks. Okay, yeah, actually, never mind. Now that I said it out loud, that's probably why. That would go over terribly. Yeah. Also, I love how he called them the furries. The fucking furries. I thought that he's stuck with Lehman himself. Does this mean that when they finally get back to real space, Volundus, I hope, and Linus, I hope, will actually be alive and they'll get to interact with Lehman? I don't know. Would that happen? Because it's been probably thousands of years since then. Well, I mean, Krypton was alive, so sure, why not? I kind of hope what he does next, specifically Eliphas, is now that he's finished Behemoth, he moves on to the other Hive fleets and just goes with the stories around them. Would that make sense? Oh, I have literally no idea. But would it be awesome? Because, he's apparently a very good storyteller. He put together really good bits of humor. There was compelling narrative. The images he pulled together to set the scene really worked well. You got a scope at scale. I'm going to English somehow, but you know what I mean. You got the sense of the size of the universe in the battle, and you were moving around. And then even when they were doing like little cutesy hand-drawn images showing what was happening to their ship, you understood just how big that was because you saw the ship and then you saw the thingy, and then there's the fleet around it. And even getting to use the artist's interpretation of what the overarching Tyranid menace looked like. And you just see that little monstrosity coming out from the ground. Well, not really the ground, but the south galaxy? Below the galaxy. And it's just like the tendril maw hand thing is starting to wrap around. And you see, oh yes, this is the Tyranids, as in that monstrosity. And then everything else is literally the equivalent of Tyranid dandruff that they just fought and nearly lost to. Oh god, it is literally the equivalent of Tyranid dandruff. Huh. Wouldn't even be Tyranid lice at this point. I was going with something over there, but then it's like a little more accurate than I intended. It's kind of creepy, actually. Yeah. It's all the same, everyone. If you haven't already, link below original video. Hit it up, because that was...